But let's do speed round. So here's what I want to do. This is the last thing, and then we'll wrap up. We're coming to the end of it here. Is I'll give you a name. Give me one word that comes to your mind. Okay? Andrew Cuomo.
Andrew Cuomo, the former governor?
Yeah.
He did it. Because if he didn't do it, he wouldn't have quit.
Okay. Mark Vargas.
I love Mark Vargas. Mark Vargas was the mystery man who helped me come out of prison.
Trump.
I love Trump. I got to know him on Celebrity Apprentice. Really liked him. People don't realize he's a real kind man when you know him. I saw him do things off camera that were very kind. He was very kind to my little girls during a very difficult time. I love Trump. And by the way, what he did for me benefited him politically, not at all. He didn't have to do that. He gets no benefit, but he did it. He saw something wrong and ended it. A lot of people in politics are not like that. Trump's very different.
Obama.
Very disappointed in Obama. I'll answer that by saying one of my colleagues in prison after Obama didn't cut me loose asked me, what about your friend Gov? What about your friend Obama? He didn't give you a clemency. My answer was, I'm never voting for that guy again.
DeSantis.
Up-and-coming leader in the Republican Party. He won't beat Trump. Trump will beat him if he runs. He won't run. Trump's the big dog right now in the Republican Party.
He won't run.
He will not run against
Interesting.
Trump.
Dick Mel.
My father-in-law, who's been very good to me in many ways, very bad to me in many ways. I love him. I do. He's my father-in-law. He's got a lot of good qualities. He's 83 years old, and I marvel at how well he's doing at 83, and I'm very happy about that.
Rahm Emanuel.
I always liked Rahm Emanuel. He's a tough guy. He's a doer. He's a member of the Fellowship of the Doers that you talked about, that Teddy Roosevelt talked about. He's ruthless, though, very ruthless. And the means justify the ends as far as that guy's concerned.
Steven Schwartzman writes in his book. You know who Steven Schwartzman is?
I don't.
I mean, he's a billionaire. And he says, one time, I got invited to a meeting with Rahm Emanuel and Obama. And he said, we had the biggest shouting match, cursing at each other. He says, I realized how strong Rahm Emanuel was, but I knew I had to learn how to negotiate with this guy because he's not going away. He's on Obama's camp.
Something in that Emanuel family blood. His
Both
brother's
of them.
like the biggest agent in Hollywood, and then there's another brother who's like a physicist or something or other.
No, there's three of them as I understand it. There's the Hollywood agent, there's Rahm, and there's the ethicist. And I refer to the ethicist as the black sheep of the family.
How about Anderson Cooper?
Well, he wasn't nice to me when I came home, and so that was disappointing. So low marks for him.
Okay. Bob Menendez.
I knew Bob Menendez when we were in Congress together, and Bob Menendez had the law been applied to me, my case, the way it was applied to Menendez, my case would have been thrown out just like his. His case was the judge threw it out for insufficient evidence. I should have got the same treatment.
George Ryan.
George Ryan is an old school Illinois politician. He was a Republican, but pretty much like Democrat machine type values. He's an old man. He's lost his wife. He did his time. I don't think that he was innocent.
Fitzgerald, Patrick.
Evil, wicked, a man who has abused his power to frame people. Evil and wicked, and I think he's done it to a lot of black people too.
Interesting. Mike Madigan.
Mike Madigan, all about politics and himself, as cynical as they come politically. Great skill, hard worker, very smart, very disciplined. I think a good dad. But he squandered an opportunity to do a lot of good for people because it was all about his power. And he's hurt Illinois. We're the highest tax state in the nation because of him, Little Caesar, Madigan. But he's gone now. The Berlin Wall has finally fallen. And maybe there's a new day in Illinois, though, with this Pritzker as governor. It's not.
It's not?
It's not.
Okay. So does future look bright for Illinois?
As of today, no. Is there hope in this coming election? Yes.
Prediction for presidency in 2024. Who becomes the president?
Donald Trump.
You think so?
Very much so.
Really?
Yes.
What's your level of certainty?
68%.
68%.
65%.
Okay.
What a number. And do you think Biden runs again?
I don't think so. What do you think? I
don't think he'll be there, and I don't think Kamala will be there, no.
No, I don't think Biden runs again. I think Trump wins. There's a historical precedent to this. In 1824, a strong leader like Trump, Andrew Jackson, ran for president. And the election was thrown into the House of Representatives close. There were 4 people in that race. Jackson was the people's choice, really. And had the same kind of constituency Trump has, working people who felt disgruntled by the elitists and the ruling class. It was stolen from him at the Capitol because Henry Clay, the guy that ran forth, made a political deal supporting the son of the second president, John Quincy Adams, was the son of John Adams. In exchange for that, he became the Secretary of State. It was called a corrupt bargain, and that's what it was known. 4 years later, all those Jacksonians were energized and ready to go, and he came back and won overwhelmingly.
Got it.
I think history's going to repeat itself with Trump.
Couple more names for you if we have time. Being that you're the former governor of Illinois, Chicago comes to mind. Michael Jordan.
I had dinner with Michael Jordan once when I was governor. He's fantastic. Of course, we love Michael Jordan. I mean, Michael Jordan, Elvis, Muhammad Ali, you can't get any better than that.
Scottie Pippen.
Not so much.
Did you ever have the opportunity to hang out with Dennis Rodman?
No, but Dennis Rodman and I have one thing in common. You know what it is?
You both got fired from The Apprentice?
Well said. We both got fired by Donald Trump.
So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.